Okay. 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 Should I ask you again? Okay. So the next question is. Okay. So the next question is. Okay. Start again.
Yeah.
Okay. So, hey people, welcome back to the channel. So, I'm here with another video of Talking to Me segment where you people ask me question regarding me or regarding an Indian who is living inside Korea. So there are so many people who have been constantly asking me like what kind of jobs they can get once they come here as a student, like for studying masters or PhD, what kind of jobs they can get after completing their graduation. And so here with me today is one of my friend, my inspiration, and I would say a research professor here in our laboratory. So she will join me today and she will share her life experience, or I would say the journey of an international student from Vietnam who came here as a student and became a professor just in this semester. So she will join us today.
Okay, hi everyone. I'm happy for being today with you to share about my experience for 6 years in Korea.
It's been 6 years now?
Yep.
Oh,
Almost.
I thought it's 5 years.
Almost.
Okay.
5.5.
Okay, so the first question I would ask is a general question, like why did you choose Korea over any other country?
Actually, there is no special reason.
Okay.
Just I was working in Vietnam, and then one of my friend who is my university friend working in our current lab, and he messaged me that, do you want to study in Korea? Yes, why not? Then he sent my CV to professor, and then he agreed.
Okay.
Then I just applied for being student in here.
Okay, so like there are so many students who were applying for the different scholarships to come to Korea.
Yeah.
So I told them that there is another way also to come to Korea, like you can share your CV and contact professor and ask whether or not he accepts you as a student or not. So there are so many students confused about that, like how to proceed this process. So can you tell something how they can follow this process?
The most easiest way is to have someone who is studying here.
Okay.
So they will introduce you to the professor, and it will be the shortest way to be accepted. But there will be some other way. There are some website or some Facebook community.
Okay.
So you can follow them, and whenever there is some recruitment, they will post on that Facebook. Then you can contact with the person, or you can contact with professor through that Facebook community.
Okay, so last time I got the comment from someone who asked me like, is there any special requirement for doing this? Like in India, I got one comment from someone from India who asked me like, if you apply from India like this, if you follow this process, so you should have some bank statement, like you should have some money in your bank. So is it so like this?
It will depend.
Okay.
Some case you need to have bank statement, but like in our case, professor will prove his financial statement,
because
so
he is giving you the money, so you don't need to show the bank statement, right? Okay, so the next question is, okay. That's so serious. Okay, so the next question is, what was there in your mind when you were applying for this fellowship? Like you are coming to the whole new country, like this country is your first country, right, to visit outside Vietnam. So what was there, like a whole new culture, whole new country, whole new lifestyle? What were you thinking? What were you expecting?
I was really worried before coming here, but luckily I have my friend, my Vietnamese friend in this lab, so they prepare all things for me, so I don't need to worry about where should I live, how should I live, and then what should I go through that days. Then it is not what I worry about, but the thing that I'm pretty worried about is, at that time my language skill was not good. I don't know at all about Korean, and my English skill was not good also. So I don't know how could I survive. But finally it's just fine, because professor was just helping me to adapt day by day.
Okay, so the next question is, what was different from your expectation? Like, is there anything you expected and you find it different here?
Then you know that Korea is famous for beauty, famous for entertainment. Then before coming here, I also imagine that I might be a bit different. I may enjoy my life, but you know, when we enter the lab, the whole day we spend into the lab doing experiment and searching for the paper.
Exactly. So there are so many students who want to come here in Korea just to, you know, because they are fan of K-pop, K-drama, and they are expecting that they will get the time, you know, to hang around in the city, Seoul clubs or anywhere. But this is not like this, right?
Totally different.
Life is totally different here. Okay, so the next question is, what do you think, how is life in South Korea?
Okay, so even if it is not as I expected at first, but when I come here, the thing was going quite smoothly, you know. I didn't get much into trouble thanks to my friends. And one other thing, the Korean, like, you know, the market system, we don't need to have to know the language, and we don't need to communicate, and we just come to buy the stuff we need, and everything else, the policy or any safety condition or health condition or even the air condition is much better than so I didn't feel many trouble following
So you came here for masters, right?
Yeah.
Then why did you continue PhD from the same, not only from the same country but from the same university? So why didn't you go anywhere else?
Okay, the actual reason was at that time I didn't think of any other university to come, but you know, because I feel that living here is quite comfortable for me, and then I can enjoy my life alone here, then I don't want to change the working environment at all, and I feel that staying here and continue working is fine for me. And then also I get used to this condition, get used to having my friends. And one other thing, the Korean friends, they are really friendly and helpful wherever you need them.
Okay, so the next thing is, because we are talking about like life and living inside South Korea, so there are so many people who constantly ask me what could be the living expenses for a month, like according to you as a Vietnamese student inside South Korea, what is your living expenses for 1 month? According to you, how much money is needed?
So for others, I don't know, because it may depend on their demand, their requirement, but for me, I only have some basic demand for my monthly. So I think for house renting, 300. For eating, maximum 200 for me. And then for other expenses,
when you are cooking at home, right?
I'm cooking at home. So 600 will be
more than enough.
More than enough.
And when you follow the fellowship, you can get like 700 to 800, something like this, depending upon the professor. Okay, so I asked the same question again. I will ask the same question again. It's, how do you manage your food and stuff here? I got it, you cook it, but still, is it easy to find your food inside South Korea?
Yeah, you know, there are some Vietnamese restaurant. Vietnamese market. Then we can find the fresh food from Vietnam, and then I just purchase and then cook in Vietnamese style. But sometimes we will go out to enjoy the Korean food, but it is a bit spicy, so I do not regularly go to the restaurant. Okay, so have you ever tried to do part-time job during a master's or PhD course, or is it easy to get part-time job while studying? It's not easy, but it's not difficult.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been experienced for maybe 2 years part-time job, and I just go there for in the weekend for 2 days. I don't know for other kind of jobs it's easy or not, but we serve in the restaurant, Vietnamese food restaurant. It is a bit hard work, and Okay, for me only weekend, then I'm fine. But other Vietnamese students, they come there by their own money.
Okay.
So out of their studying time, they need to work for the whole day, Monday, Tuesday, and then they have to work until midnight. Then I say it's not difficult because just you need a bit, you just know a bit Korean.
Yeah.
Then you
then
can
it would be easy for you to survive.
Yeah.
To do the part-time job.
But it's difficult because you cannot enjoy any other time for your own. You can only study and work, study.
So
and work.
was it easy to cope up with the studies at the same time when you do the part-time job also, like everything? Was it easy to cope up with everything? Or
a bit hard. At that time, I didn't have a time to realize.
Yes, I saw
overloaded for me. But it was a good.
I will come to the main question now. So, like I introduced that she is my senior and now a research professor here in South Korea. So, what are the different things you want to share with the people, like how you came here as a master student, then you did your PhD from the same university, from the same lab, and now you're a professor. So how was your journey? Was it difficult to become a professor in South Korea, and what is different now? Like now you are a professor, so what is different now if you compare yourself now with the older Sohan, like the student Sohan?
So now I'm not a student anymore, so I should be independent in working. Then I don't need to do a lot of experiment, but what I need to do is to have some idea that professor requests to have a new idea, but I don't think it's much different.
Have you ever expected that you will be a professor like in South Korea? You came here for masters, right? Is there any thought like, oh, I want to do job?
I never thought that I would be a professor, and even now, documentary, I am research professor, but I even don't think that I'm professor. Just I'm still much higher than the student, and not that much professor.
So do you think this journey was hard for you? Like, is it easy to become a professor here?
It will depend on how you are promoted. So in my case, professor support me. He always trying to get some way to promote me to this position. Then it's not much difficult. Then I didn't need to do anything. Just professor help me hold the thing. But I think for other people, if they are studying outside Korea and they want to apply for professor in Korea, or if they study in another university and want to apply for professor position in another university, then it may be a bit more difficult for them.
And there are students like who constantly ask me like, what if I get masters? Is it possible like I can continue for my PhD also from the same lab or from the same university? So what do you think about that?
Yeah, just provided that your professor still need you and he has project, he has money to support you, then
they prefer their students rather than having new students, right? They can continue with their old students if they have the money and project.
Like, you know, our professor, he always asks the master student to stay to continue the PhD.
Always, and even in other labs also.
Okay,
so this is the last question. Is there any message you want to give to the people, like especially for the students who are applying for masters or PhD and confused for so many things? What do you want to tell them, or is there any message you want to share with them?
Okay, so you might be confused. That's just nature, but don't need to worry too much about that. Just concentrate on what you want to do. Concentrate on the target and just put the own effort to get the goal. And then one other advice, don't worry about living in Korea. I feel that it is one of the most convenient country to spend life in. Yeah.
Okay, so that's all about today's video. So in this video I wanted to share the journey of an international student like Sohan. Thank you so much for joining. I wanted to share her journey with you guys so that you can get some of the answers of your questions that you know, there are so many people who have been contacting me constantly and asking me so many questions, and from all those questions I try to make a list of those questions and try to ask from another students rather than trying to reply by myself. So hope these answers will help you in some way to come to South Korea or to show you a bigger picture of a student inside South Korea. So if you like the video, please like the video, share the video, subscribe the channel and press the bell icon for more videos. Thank you so much for watching.
Bye bye.
Bye.